Good morning, and welcome to the Remembrance Day Assembly for Collingwood Collegiate Institute for 2021. At this time, I would ask all those who are able to please rise and remove your hats. We will begin our ceremonies with the laying of the wreaths. Our principal, Mr. Davidson, will lay a wreath on behalf of the staff of Collingwood Collegiate Institute. Martin Hewitt and Sophia Wang will lay a wreath on behalf of the students of Collingwood Collegiate Institute. And Colton Diver and Aidan Quinn will lay a wreath on behalf of students who have served as they are members of the cadets. We will now play the last post, followed by a moment of silence. Please remain standing. Thank you, CCI. You may be seated, but please leave your hats off in honor of those who have served for the remainder of this assembly.
In Flanders fields, the poppies blow, between the crosses row on row.
That mark our place, and in the sky the larks still bravely sing and fly.
Scarce heard amid the guns below, we are the dead, short days ago.
We lived, fell down, saw sunset glow.
Loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields.
Take up our quarrel with the foe.
To you from falling hands we throw.
The torch be yours, to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die,
We shall not sleep till poppies grow
In
Flanders
Flanders
fields.
fields.
I grew up in Wasaga Beach, Ontario. I graduated from CCI in June 2013. Job that I do now, well, my main title would be an infantryman. That would be like my blanket term of what I do. I'm an infantryman at the 1st Battalion Royal Canadian Regiment at the moment. One of the challenges of being in the military, for me, I was always, I'm a big family-oriented guy. So I think being away from my family is a challenge, but you learn to pick up some flexible skills the longer you've been doing it. I'm on my 8th year now, so been learning how to get pretty flexible with trying to squeeze a weekend here, a half day there, in with the family as much as possible. But more or less, it's the tempo of not knowing 100% what your schedule is going to be throughout the year, where you're going to be at. That would be the hardest part of being in the military, I would say. A lot of people think that when you leave, your life gets put on pause. But it's not, at home doesn't get put on pause, just you get put on pause, if that makes sense. Like you just stop ceasing to progress life outside the military, but it just keeps going faster when you're away. Remembrance Day means a lot more to me now than it did when I was a student at CCI. when I was a student at CCI, it was all about going to the assembly and taking a moment of silence and looking at some pictures of World War II and some people acknowledging at the time that there was a war in Afghanistan going on. Now, being a member and being a part of the community, so to say, I would say that Remembrance Day means a lot to me because I have friends that aren't around right now, and every day or every week right now, it means I think of them all the time. And for some people it's just like a once a year, but for me it's like a Remembrance Day every day. I would just say thanks for taking a time. Thanks for taking a moment to think about all the ladies, gentlemen, and everybody who takes an opportunity to try to give back to this country and help it out. That it's really important. You have no idea how much support that actually means to the people that do the job. To even as just like going to the grocery store and seeing somebody wear a poppy is like a huge thing for me, for everybody.
Day I shipped out, they numbered a dozen. Upon my return, we're 100 or so, from the coast and from the prairies. I bet they keep coming. Add one more name from Ontario and carry me home down the highway of heroes. People above with the flags flying low. Carry me softly down the highway of heroes. True patriot love, there was never more. I served with distinction, no visions of glory. I served without question, of personal gain. Seek no justification, it's not part of my story, and it offers no comfort to the ones who remain. Just carry me home down the highway of heroes. People above, the flags flying low. Carry me softly down the highway of heroes. True patriot love, there was never more.
Hello, Kit. I've talked to you by telephone, by telegram, and by mail, but this is the first time I have had an opportunity to talk to you by a record. Of course, I would sure like to be able to talk to you in person rather than to a microphone, but this will be a novelty at least, and a welcome addition to our collection of souvenirs of the different places at which I have been stationed. I can at least be sure of holding the floor and having no back talk for this short period. Now don't pout. And of course, you can cut me short by lifting the needle, but I have a feeling that curiosity will restrain you from doing that. I don't know just where you are going to be able to play this record, but I guess you can impose on some of your friends. Don't put it on the PA at the shop, though. You will probably decide that it wasn't worth the effort, but it's rather difficult to compose a letter that has to be made to be read by the censor and then played to one's best girl in front of someone unknown. Get what I mean, sugar? There are quite a number of boys here making the most of this opportunity. It'll be quite a treat for their relatives of the English boys who have been in Canada for going on 2 years. Things are going about the same as usual at the school. and we're pretty busy getting ready for those exams I've been telling you about. As I told you, Marlowe. This is the other side, Senator. I hope my voice hasn't been trembling too much. I'm a little bit nervous here. I hope you've licked your cold by now and are in the best of health again. Say hello to the folks for me, and I'll say goodnight for now. Oh, by the way, I had a letter today from Ted Baker, my old roommate in Toronto. He's doing fine and expects to graduate about the end of March. There's just 77 more days now by the scoreboard. The old time's rolling around, but not very fast. I'll say goodnight now. So I'll take 150. Lots of love, Ted.